Greg Ehrenberg here from Awesemo.com. We're talking about PrizePicks and Friday night's basketball games, and I have a great deal for you. If you sign up at PrizePicks and use the promo code Awesemo, you get up to a $100 bonus on your first deposit. No better way to start off your bankroll than with some free money. Also, we have free player prop projections over on Awesemo.com. You could use some of those projections, compare them to the lines over at PrizePicks, and really make sure that you're making the best of the tools we have over on Awesemo to find the best props that you can put your money on over at PrizePicks. One of the first players that stands out to me over at PrizePicks is Jonas Valanciunas over 41 fantasy points. And in previous years, Valanciunas has always been a great fantasy producer, especially on a per-minute basis, but the minutes haven't always been there for him. This has been a totally different situation for him in New Orleans, and especially because Zion Williamson is out, they're relying on Valanciunas to play massive minutes. The last 3 games, 36 minutes for Valanciunas, 39 minutes, 36 minutes. As a result in those games, he has scored 54 fantasy points, 59 and 43. So this line at 41 just looks a little bit too low when considered Valanciunas has always been a player who averages well over a fantasy point per minute, and now he's finally getting the minutes to go along with that great production. I love Luka Doncic, but this number he has on PrizePicks for a projection just way too high. He has an over-under of 59 fantasy points in 4 games this year. We've seen Luka score 39.7, 53.8, 58.3, and 32.1 fantasy points over on PrizePicks. So look at this 59 number as just being a little bit too high. This is the tail end of a back-to-back for the Dallas Mavericks. It's also a game in Denver, which that's one of the most brutal type of back-to-backs that any player could be on because you're moving to Denver. Playing in the high altitude, fatigue could always be an issue, and Luka struggled a little bit last night. We do have Kristaps Porzingis listed as questionable to play. If he is listed out, that would mean a little bit more usage to go to Luka Doncic, but I don't think that's enough to cover for this really high 59-point over-under. So under 59 fantasy points for Luka Doncic. Jalen Suggs' NBA career is off to a rocky start, but the highly regarded prospect should see better days going forward because things, well, they can't get worse. So far in 5 NBA games, Jalen Suggs is shooting just 28.6% from the field, but despite that, he's still averaging 21.3 fantasy points over on PrizePicks. And I think we have to look at this line that he has today, 21.5, which, while, yes, it's right in line with what he's averaging for the season, he's going to see positive regression in his shooting numbers. He's not going to continue to shoot 28.6% from the field for the entire season. And even if he isn't going to be massively efficient, just a little bit of a bump in shooting percentage should mean that he averages well over that 21.5 fantasy point mark going forward. Also, the Magic have shown to be willing to play their young rookie massive minutes. Last game against the Charlotte Hornets, we saw Jalen Suggs play 36 minutes. So the extended minutes, positive shooting regression, that's enough for me to think over 21.5 fantasy points for Jalen Suggs is the way to go. So to recap, the 3 plays that I like over on PrizePicks tonight, it is Jonas Valanciunas over 41 fantasy points, Luka Doncic under 59 fantasy points, and Jalen Suggs over 21.5 fantasy points. There's a couple of different ways you could play these over on PrizePicks. There's a flex play where you only have to hit 2 out of the 3 props to make money, but if you're super confident all 3 of them are going to hit, use the power play, and then you could 5x your money if you hit on all of these props. Also, don't forget, if you're signing up for PrizePicks for the first time, use the promo code Awesemo. You get a $100 bonus on your first deposit.